Cannelloni is one of those dishes I don't make often, and I probably should be making it more because it is so delicious. I've got a wonderful vegetarian option for you using this fantastic vegetable. Now, if you haven't seen it, it's a cross between Brussels sprouts and kale, and it's called Kalette. I love its purple tinge. It has a beautiful sweet nutty flavour. So usually when you're making cannelloni, you would add some spinach or some silver beet. This is a fantastic alternative. Now I've got some boiling water here, just a big pinch of salt, and we'll add our Kalettes whole, and we just want to blanch them. We need about 320 grams or 2 packets of the Kalette. Now, while they're just briefly cooking into a food processor, I'm going to add some walnuts, 1 clove of garlic, and I'm just going to mince this because I don't want large chunks of it. So straight onto a fine grater. And while I've got my grater, just the zest of 1 lemon. I want a good hit of lemon here. And I don't need the juice for this, just the zest. Good. Now, I love the addition of some chilli. So just some chilli flakes. You can add as little or as much as you like. Some salt, a crack of pepper. And for my recipe, I like lots of herbs. So I have a combination of parsley and some basil. So for the parsley, we want about 4 or 5 sprigs, and stalks and all, we're just going to tear that straight into our bowl. And with the basil leaves, we're just going to pick a good handful. So I'll say 1 large handful of basil leaves. We don't want the stalks for that though, because they're not very palatable. Okay, smells fantastic. Now for our Kalettes. You know that they're blanched perfectly when it comes back up to the boil. That's all we're needing. So we'll turn the heat off. I'll use a slotted spoon just to remove them. In it goes. And you can see they've really retained their vibrant colour. And I'll blitz this until it's really finely chopped. Okay, this is really fine, and I really want to show you how fine to get this. See how it's like a crumb? That's what we're after, because we do need to pipe this into small cannelloni tubes, and that's why the food processor really helps out with this. Okay, now we need some cheese. So some ricotta. I'm using some buffalo ricotta for this recipe, about 200 grams, straight into our food processor. And I love to add some Parmesan cheese at this stage too. So a small handful, that should do it. And I'm going to blitz it 1 more time until it's all combined, and then I'll place it into a piping bag. Idea when you're piping just to place the piping bag around your hands like this, and this will just ensure that it goes into the piping bag nice and neat. The Kalette mixture is ready to go, so now for the fun part. We need to start assembling. So just some tomato passata for this. We want to use half of it for the base, and the other half is going to go on the top. So we want to spread that out. You don't need to pre-cook it and add garlic to it and onions. I'm just sort of cutting the corners here so we can get this straight into the oven for a midweek dinner. So we'll just spread that out just so it goes all the way to the sides. And you really do need a base here so it stays nice and moist throughout the cooking process. I do need to season this, so a pinch of salt, and I like some extra virgin olive oil for this too. So a little splash, and that's our base done. Okay, now I'm going to be using some instant cannelloni shells. These are fantastic because they take no time at all to cook, and they're the perfect size for my baking dish. So what I'm going to do is snip the base of the piping bag, and we can start filling. And I think the neatest way to do this is to start at one end, pipe halfway through, all the way so it fills it up, turn it around, and then fill the other side. You don't want any gaps in there. We want it to be completely full of this delicious Kalette stuffing. So that's the first one done. We'll pop that into our sauce, just nestle it in there. I'll do another one. And yes, you can do this by hand, but it just takes so much more time. So I highly recommend using these disposable piping bags. Now, once I've completed filling these gorgeous cannelloni, I'm gonna top it with some more tomato sauce, some more cheese, so some Parmesan, and some smoked mozzarella, which is called scamozza, but you can use any cheese you like. I'm finally adding some Parmesan cheese to the top of this, a small sprinkle. I've added lots of mozzarella. And now to cook this, I'm gonna place a piece of foil over the top. So we're gonna cook it for 20 minutes at 180 degrees. I'll remove the foil and cook it for a further 15 minutes until it's golden brown on the top. And this is why I love cannelloni. It's like a masterpiece. I love bringing it out of the oven and seeing all those bubbles. So I'm just gonna cut straight down this side. And you want about 3 to 4 cannelloni per person. And I'm just going to carefully lift it out. Oh, look at that, cheesy, so good. Onto a plate. And I would serve that as is. You can do it for a dinner party or just a mid-week feast.